In this video, we break down one of the most important 200-meter races of the season and explain why it goes far beyond the final result. This is not just about Letsile Tebogo winning, it's about how he controlled the race against top athletes from the USA and Jamaica. We analyze every phase, the curve, the transition, and the final meters, showing what makes Tebogo different right now. You'll see how technique, pacing, and composure shape the outcome, and why this performance could define the direction of the 200 meters heading into the World Championships.
In the men's 400, unfortunately, we don't get to see Kung Fu Kenny run this afternoon. He was a late withdrawal as well. But we do get to see Trinidad and Tobago's Jareem Richards.
He got a bronze in the 200 at the 2017 World Championships, but he's adept at both 200 and 400. He was just off the podium in Paris in the 400. In fact, the time that he ran to get that fourth place, nobody had ever run that fast in the Olympics in the 400 and not gotten a medal.
Jareem's on the outside of Tebogo in lane 8, so we'll give Tebogo an early look at him. Aaron Brown of Canada's way on the inside. Kyrie King in there. Robert Gregory. Joseph Fanboulet is in lane 4. Then Courtney, Lindsey, Ogando is in 6. And then Lavelle of Jamaica way out wide.
Yeah, you have 3 finalists from Paris, places 1, 5, and 7. But this guy on your screen would have had lane choice, and he put himself in 7 because he wants to get off that turn.
Xfinity Men's 200 is underway. Paris was special for Tebogo. What's it going to be here at Pre?
Wow, well, he's gone right past Jareem Richards. He has some company on the inside, though. But so far, the Olympic champion holding strong.
Courtney Lindsey is pressuring him, but here comes Letsile Tebogo, winning at the Nike Prefontaine Classic.
And that's the fastest time in the world by quite a margin. So after not breaking 20 all season, the Olympic champion is right back where he needs to be with this sub-19.8 performance.
That tells you everything you need to know about his approach and his attitude with the World Championships looming just 70 days away.
So let's take another look at this half lap. He had a really good response to the gun. But then as they straightened for home, he had some competition from Lindsey on the inside. But as Lindsey started to tie up, Tebogo did not. And that's what got him to the finish line first in a world-leading performance of 1976. A season's best for Lindsey in 2nd, and the Olympic finalist Ogando from the Dominican Republic in 3rd in 1994, as 3 men get under 20 seconds flat.
Some good times today in a variety of events.
Quite frankly, I'm a little jealous of Kara because the distances have had world records and fantastic meet records. The sprints haven't quite been there, but this is one of the better sprint events. That 19.7 is a good performance for the Olympic champion who's going to be trying to win a world title later this summer in Japan.
Yeah, rub your hands together. You get to see Tebogo and hopefully Noah and Kenny Benarik in Tokyo.
Well, Letsile, from the gun to the finish, what does this 1976 tell you about your fitness and your shape for this World Championship year?
I mean, this is our first race after the injury that we had in Rabat. So I'm happy with the performance, and it's something that we didn't expect. We are looking at some 19.9s, some 20 low. So with this 19.7, I believe we're on the right track, just to continue where we have been.
How much has your life changed since you won the Olympic gold in Paris?
I mean, it opened many doors for the team, not just me, because I have a team around me. So everybody.
The men's 200 meters at the Nike Prefontaine Classic in Eugene was not just another Diamond League race. It was a controlled demonstration of how modern sprinting is evolving and why Letsile Tebogo is quickly becoming one of its defining figures. From a technical standpoint, Tebogo's race stood out not because of an explosive start, but because of how efficiently he distributed effort across all phases. In the first 50 meters, he did not overcommit. While athletes like Courtney Lindsey and Alexander Ogando pushed aggressively into the curve, Tebogo maintained a slightly more conservative acceleration pattern. This is becoming a signature element of his race model. He prioritizes posture, relaxation, and stride rhythm over early dominance. Coming off the bend, which is often the decisive phase in the 200 meters, Tebogo executed one of the cleanest transitions in the field. His body position remained tall, with minimal lateral movement, allowing him to carry momentum into the straight without any visible deceleration. In contrast, several of his competitors showed micro breakdowns in mechanics, slight tightening in the shoulders or overstriding, which cost them efficiency at top speed. What separates Tebogo right now is his top-end maintenance. Between 120 and 180 meters, where many sprinters begin to fade, he actually stabilizes. His stride frequency remains consistent, and more importantly, his ground contact time stays short. This indicates not just physical conditioning, but advanced neuromuscular control. Jareem Richards, known for his strength over longer sprint distances, attempted to close the gap in this phase, but Tebogo's mechanics simply did not deteriorate. The final 50 meters confirmed the pattern. While others were visibly tightening, Tebogo maintained relaxation through the face and upper body, a key indicator of sprint efficiency. He didn't need a dramatic lean or late surge. The race was already under control. This level of composure suggests a sprinter who is not just physically prepared, but tactically mature. Another critical factor is how Tebogo adapts to competition context. With the absence of Kenny Bednarek and Quincy Hall, the race lacked one of the strongest finishers and a dominant 400-meter-based speed threat. However, this did not make the race easier. It changed its dynamics. Instead of reacting to a late charge, Tebogo controlled the race from the curve exit, forcing others into reactive sprinting rather than proactive execution. From a broader perspective, this performance reinforces a shift in elite sprinting. The 200 meters is no longer won purely through aggression in the first half. Athletes like Tebogo are redefining it as a race of distribution, efficiency, and technical precision. His approach resembles a hybrid model, combining the curve discipline often associated with 400-meter runners and the top-end speed mechanics of pure sprinters. There is also a psychological dimension that cannot be ignored. Since his Olympic victory at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, Tebogo has carried a different presence on the track. He is no longer an outsider or emerging talent. He is a reference point. That changes how races unfold. Competitors are now racing him, not just the clock, which often leads to overextension in early phases. In Eugene, that pressure was visible. Looking ahead to the World Championships in Tokyo, this race provides a clear signal. Tebogo is not relying on peak form yet. Instead, he is refining execution. That is a dangerous position for his rivals. If he can maintain this level of efficiency while slightly increasing early phase aggression, he becomes extremely difficult to beat. In conclusion, this was not just a victory. It was a controlled, technically superior performance that highlighted the evolution of sprinting at the highest level. Tebogo didn't dominate through raw speed alone. He won through structure, discipline, and an understanding of how to run the 200 meters with minimal waste, and that is exactly what makes him the athlete everyone else now has to solve.